about to witness the strength of podcasting.
Straight up, mother.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening. Good evening, good morning, good night.
Today's date is August 23rd, Wednesday.
You know what that means.
What does it mean?
It means, it's time to get down with the get down. You know what I'm saying? It's time to get bought. Because the podcast is so good, it's bought. You know what I mean? That's the slogan, baby.
All right. So, guys, well, we wanted to get this episode out early because this past Saturday, August the 19th, the Bawdcast was in the building, Scotiabank Arena, LL Cool J, the F.O.R.C.E tour.
Sick.
Yeah, who was there, Rose? Who was there with us?
It was the Roots was performing. They had like the whole band there and stuff. It was sick. Questlove and all them and shit.
The whole band was there.
LL, of course. Like Jadakiss was there. Queen Latifah was there.
Queen Latifah was there. You're damn right she was. And there was a special guest, but we're not going to mention that right now. We got a lot to get into first.
Yeah.
As I mentioned, we wanted to do this episode earlier in the week, and we did try. And I was letting Rome's know that I just couldn't make it through the whole episode because I was sounding too much like Jadakiss. And we actually got a clip from that attempt at episode 2 from earlier in the week. Rome's roll the clip.
All right.
Well, listen, I didn't even want to do this episode, to be honest with you, because my voice is sounding unnatural. And but Rome's was very persistent about doing this episode tonight.
I don't know. You sound all right to me, though.
Nah, man, I sound like Jadakiss right now, man. You ready for this? Yo, Jada Montega, pay the bond later. Still I come through, laugh now, I cry later. I was never signed a violator. Used to be down with P. Diddy, Frank White run the city. I'm pretty sure I sound like Jadakiss. Yo.
Oh, damn, yeah.
It's a shame what the game has come to. Yo, shout out to the Bawdcast. A podcast so good that it's bad.
It's bod, Jada. Bod.
Listen, I tried my best, okay?
It's not bad. It's bad. No,
I might have sounded
bod.
like a goat or some type of farm animal, but it is what it is. My voice is not even 100% yet, but we're trying. Let's get this episode out.
Let's do it, man.
I mean, episode number 2.
So what's going on now?
If you like what you're hearing, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Share it with a friend, share it with a like-minded hip hop head individual. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Yo, take your girl out on the first date and play this podcast, yo.
Yeah, you could do that.
It's like, where we going out? We're going out to like Red Lobster. We're going to the Keg. Nah. We're gonna sit in my car. We're gonna listen to the Bawdcast.
Woo!
She's gonna love you.
You're gonna get the play after that. No
you know it, man.
But listen. Yeah. So, Rose, we got some news coming down from the top, hot off the press. Maybe not hot off the press. But nevertheless,
is this what I think it is?
Yeah, it is what you think it is, but the people don't know yet. I want to build up to something here. So,
all right, well,
guys,
might as well just tell them.
This news right here, I think it takes a big impact on the culture, makes a big impact, no pun intended. And this going away, I feel like is the end of an era. And it doesn't matter what coast you're from, east, west, north, south. If you grew up in the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, here in Ontario, they will be discontinuing 40 ounces of Old English, guys. 800 brand.
Fuck.
Rome's, listen, guys, I want you to know something, okay? Rome's is a very sophisticated 40 drinker, and he religiously has drank one bottle of OE at least every day for the last 20 years that I can remember. Honest to goodness.
Yeah, because I'm a fucking alcoholic, baby.
No. Well, you know what? You are a connoisseur of 40 ounce.
I need help, baby.
I'd say you're a connoisseur, Rome's, to be perfectly honest.
Of course, man. Of course. I only drink the finest, and only the finest of the finest malt liquor.
So now we got to weigh in on this, Rome's. So nobody's going to be importing and distributing the 40 ounces of Old English 800. And I just want to know, where are you going to go from here, Playboy? Where do the people go? What's the go-to drink now? Talk to me.
Well, I can't tell you the go-to drink because you know what? This was my go-to drink, and now it's gone, and it's pretty depressing. But I guess we just got to move on, right?
I imagine someone would compare it to like losing a loved one or losing a close family member.
Yeah, man. Old English was a part of the fam for years, and now that it's gone, it's heartbreaking, bro. I don't know what to say, man.
I thought we were gonna bury Rome's with the OE, one day. But,
I want all your listeners out there to pour out a 40 for 40s.
Yeah, everybody, go buy the 40.
If you can. Well, actually, you know what? No, do not. Just use a regular beer and just pour one out for Old English.
It's the end of an era, Rome's.
Yeah.
And I couldn't help but want to take a trip down memory lane and think about when we were growing up, X amount of years ago, and the variety of 40s that we had. We were spoiled back then, man.
Yo,
what
yeah.
did we have, Rome's? We had Old English.
Old English. We had Olmax.
Labatt Black Label.
The Black Label, yeah, the Black Label. Okay, and I think there was Black Bull. Damn, Black Bull was a beast. That was like 10%. That and Lucky Lager.
We had bottles of Schlitz.
Schlitz.
The Blue Bull with the silver label.
Schlitz.
Shout out to Schlitz. Yo, used to drink those on Almost Porch. Rest in peace.
Oh man.
Yeah, there was a couple other good ones. Lucky Lager, I think, was one of them.
Yeah, Lucky Lager.
We even had the simpler things. Not malt liquor, but we had 40 ounces of Bud, 40 ounces of Labatt's Blue, Molson's Canadian.
You know what? Yeah, I think maybe the era of the 40 is coming to a close.
Okay. Well, you know what? Gone but never forgotten if that's the case. And I'm sure Rome's will be hopping across province to province, looking elsewhere.
No,
maybe Manitoba next stop.
I'm going to bring it back one day. I'm going to bring it back one day. Bring it back from the dead. And, yeah. But you know what? Until then, what can I say? I mean, I can't even say anything, man. Like, dude, it's not even in my power, the big corporates at Molson or whatever, they feel like, hey, you know what? They're not making any money off of this shit. So that's why they axed it. So, well, I mean, that's what I think,
But honestly, what is it, Rome's? To me, it just seems like it's no longer
Well, the article that I read, it said, they're getting rid of this, plus other several beers just to make room for a more profitable, the keyword profitable.
Yeah, they want to bring in the fucking Bud Light 40s, eh? I think that's where we're headed, guys.
Well, you know
Bud
what, man?
Light 40s.
Yeah, they're going to have Bud Light 40s in the shape of dildos.
Pause. God damn. Rome's is taking shit in a different direction right now.
Well,
I was trying to be subtle. I was trying to be subtle with the Bud Light.
Bud Light making like glass dildo beers. That's taking shit in another direction, that I don't even want to get into, bro.
All right, settle down. But actually, guys, we're gonna have a special guest on the podcast today. It is Shamrock.
Yeah, let's see if we can call him up,
He's one of our closest confidants. He is definitely one of the correspondents for the Bawdcast. And we're going to call him right now. This is no edit. We're going to call him right now and see what we can do. But in the meantime and in between time, let us know what you think about. Have you ever drank a 40 before? Was it an Old English? Leave a comment down below.
Is that his number? Don't read his number out.
Yeah, sure. Give it a go. Let's see what we got on the line. Let's find out if they've ever drank an Old English before, or any type of 40 ouncer, and how they feel about Old English no longer being available. That phone call is gonna sound mad loud, kid.
Yeah, no, yeah, there you go. See, I turn it down a little bit.
All right.
Is he gonna pick up the phone? Come on now.
All right. Well,
yeah.
Come Okay, maybe that's not the exact number.
You free 647-772-795.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, I guess he's somewhere drinking a 40 or out searching for one. He's on the quest. Who's that?
Hello.
Holmes, what's going on, boys?
Yes,
going on,
Kieran, what
player?
up? You're live on the podcast. How you doing?
I'm not too bad, bros. How's the podcast today?
Everything's cool, man. We're having a good episode so far. Episode number 2 in full effect, yo.
That's
But
what I like to
listen,
hear, man.
Kieran,
That's what I like to hear.
We wanted to give you a call and ask you if you've heard the news that Old English is not going to be available in Ontario any longer, and this is the end of the F.O.R.C.E era as we know it. And we just wanted to get some of your views, your opinions. How do you feel about it? What direction are we headed in? And why do you feel that this is no longer going to be available in Ontario? The mic is yours.
Well, yes, I have heard the rumors. I'm sad to hear that it's confirmed. I truly believe that, F.O.R.C.Es are the last bastion of American freedom. No, I joke. It's one of those things. Like F.O.R.C.Es have been a thing in like hip hop culture and just in young men's lives. Ours, I know for a fact. It's been a big part of a lot of things growing up. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of the West Coast rappers that we grew up listening to.
Absolutely.
They drank 40s, St. Ives, Old English, you name it. And so to hear that it's being discontinued in Ontario, it seems like it's almost like an end of an era. Not one that I welcome with open arms, even though personally, I haven't drank a 40 in a long time. You know what I mean? But I do sometimes, occasionally,
I just finished a 40
a year.
just now, so.
Once or twice a year, I don't mind grabbing a 40 and, go sitting on the park bench and, reminiscing, maybe bumping some Nas, like the olden days. And, it sucks that, that it's being discontinued in Ontario, but I guess, as a business, it's not selling as well as, I guess Molson Coors or Miller, whoever is the actual brewery that distributes it. It sucks. And, going forward, what will all the teenage delinquents do now? Drink White Claws? I can't live in a world like this.
Well, there's certainly the game is more shifted towards popularizing cough syrup from over the counter and grandma's pill cabinet. But yo, Kieran, thank you so much. Our boy Shamrock, aka Big Sham.
Thank you for the input there, buddy.
Giving us some
No
input
problem,
on
boys.
the
No problem, boys. You know what? That's what I say. Every time, if I look back now drinking a 40, and you know what I mean? I gotta say, like, whatever happened to ordinary, decent criminals? Whatever happened?
We may never know. Shamrock, thanks for calling, brother. Much appreciated.
Yep.
Yeah, so you know what? Whatever happens with the 40s, I hope that, one day down the future, I'll get to enjoy one again one day. We'll see.
Maybe they'll make a return, who knows. But until then, we'll see.
Guys, like I said, if you have any experiences with malt liquor, 40 ounces, any wild experience, leave a comment down below, hit that like button, and share with a friend. But right now, Rome's, I think it's time.
It's time.
We get into
for the weekend cap.
It's time for that weekend recap, guys. So this past Saturday, August 19th, 2023, your boys from the Bawdcast were live inside Scotiabank Arena, Toronto, Canada, for LL Cool J's The F.O.R.C.E Tour, 50 years of hip hop celebration, featuring the artists like The Roots,
Jadakiss,
Queen Latifah,
LL Cool J,
of course LL, that DJ Jazzy Jeff, DJ
God.
Z Trip.
Yo, hold on. Oh wait,
What an
you know what?
incredible
Was
night,
DJ Jazzy Jeff there though? I don't.
He absolutely was.
He was there. Like I don't remember.
He absolutely was. And LL, these guys have been working hard, putting on an incredible show night after night for many weeks, touring across North America, specifically the United States. But
you know who wasn't there? Fucking Rakim.
Yeah, Rakim unfortunately didn't make it.
That was the one guy I wanted to fucking go see, and he wasn't there. So what the fuck,
I was
Rakim?
very disappointed about that.
What's going on, Ra? What happened?
Rakim just decided, he had enough. He didn't want to come across the border. But listen, LL, he was incredible. He did his verse from 4-3-2-1.
And okay, hold on. And the verse of 4-3-2-1, and then like what was surprising was like what Black Thought had a verse for 4-3-2-1, which was like it was fire still, like fuck.
Black Thought got
he should have actually been on that remix, man.
Just tearing it up.
It was sick though,
LL did his verse from the I Shot Ya remix.
Yeah.
That was fucking phenomenal. That's one of the reasons why I lost my voice in the first place, from rapping along with LL while he did all his classics. Came out to I'm Bad.
Like I can. I take a muscle bound man, put his face in the sand.
Man, LL was sick. I had to fucking scream out to LL and let him know he was a fucking legend. I'm sure he's heard it a lot, but he had to hear it from me too,
Yo, and okay, so then like after
Queen
LL
Latifah's
performed,
set was fantastic.
Queen Latifah
Let's
came
talk
on
about
there.
the sets before we get into the mayhem. Queen Latifah had a great set, and you know what? I was really surprised, and I was really happy when she actually performed the theme song from Living Single. Remember Living Single?
Yo, man. Honestly, man, like, dude, that was surprising. I was just like, because that Living Single jam is my jam, bro. Like, I mean, that's like the only thing I like about that show.
Man, if you used to watch Fox back on like a Sunday night or whatever it was, or a Saturday, and you'd see shows like Martin and In Living Color and Living Single, like these were
like
all like
New York Undercover came on.
Undercover.
Oh,
This is Detective Rodriguez. I don't know if that's his name. That's actually like my Roberto Alomar impression.
Wasn't it Lorenz or something? Oh,
Catch
man,
the taste.
I can't remember his name, bro. If y'all remember his name.
Whatever the case was. But yo, Queen Latifah, there was a special guest. Who did Queen Latifah bring out?
She brought out the one that was in the middle. You know what I mean? Moni motherfucking Love, baby.
Oh, man, Moni Love.
Moni in the middle. Where she at? In the middle. Classic, yo. Like, and I mean, like, and those two girls, like, they sounded like they did not even miss a beat. They still sound like they still in the 90s, and they still sound like crazy, They still sound good, bro. Like, so shout out to them.
It was just so
great. They were great.
I just gotta say about that, when Queen Latifah brought out Moni Love, it was just so refreshing to see these women from their day putting it down. Like, they haven't skipped a beat, and it was just great to see them still doing their thing in 2023 in Toronto, Canada at the Scotiabank Arena. Incredible.
It was, man. And you know what, man? I'm pretty sure we're probably going to see them again in another 20 years, because you know what?
God bless them.
They are very classic.
And LL sounded great. He looked great. He did his
That's
thing.
another dude that's going to be around for a while, I mean, he doesn't even have to, like, make any more hits, He can just tour for the rest of his life. And
the
still make
longevity
money.
of that man's career
Exactly.
is incredible.
I mean, like, Mama Said Knock You Out. Like, I mean, like, who doesn't get hyped up when they hear that,
I just want to say about LL real quick that when it comes to music, I think there's a pretty fine line between, like, satisfying, the homies and satisfying the ladies. And LL, I don't think anyone's done it better than LL. Than being able to make the records that the fellas want to fuck around to, and the shit you want to hear in the club, and then those fucking love joints that's for the ladies to get the panties wet. I don't think anyone's done it better than LL. Not even 50 Cent after he bit Ja Rule style. But anyways,
and
the show was incredible, and
okay,
we got in a little bit of trouble at the show, did we not, Rose? Rose, why don't you tell them what happened at
so
with the security at the Scotiabank Arena?
Some bitch ass bouncers tried to run up on us.
Don't even call them that.
No, they were bitches because they accused us of smoking the reefers in the
devil's
arena.
Lettuce.
They were accusing us of smoking, and we was like, "Yo, dude, you don't see no smoke in my hand. You see a smoke in my man's hand?" I'm like, "No, man." And when I looked around the whole crowd, I seen clouds of smoke everywhere, and I was like, "Yo, why are you coming at us when there's everybody else doing it?" You know what I mean?
So how I will recant the tale. We showed up about a half an hour late. By the time we got there, the roots were warming shit up. Everybody was in a good mood. And then before you knew it, LL was coming out on stage fucking ready to do I'm Bad. And I started losing my fucking mind. I had been waiting for that moment. It was a fucking, I was so much anxiety leading up to the fucking show, just trying to get the tickets together. Man, I started losing it. And of course, in typical Rome's fashion, Rome's had the doobies on deck. And I said, Rome's, pass me a doobie and let's get this shit started. And of course, he passed it off. I lit that shit up, started blowing that motherfucker in there. Like, straight up.
And what, the security guard caught you and he was just like, hey, you, come with me. And you were just like, no.
I looked at that. I looked at that guy straight up and I said, I'm not going anywhere, buddy. Fuck that.
And then what happened? The man had to like call up his goons, They had to like get a bunch of security.
It was more along the lines of, I told Buddy to beat it. He came back with a second guard. I told those fucking two to beat it. And then they came back with two more. So
but you know what? But me, being the genius that I am, I had my camera phone out, and these mans were shook. Even the man was like, trying to kick me out for recording him. I was like, dude, I can record anything I want in a public venue, anytime. You cannot tell me that. You can't kick me out for that. You remember that?
Rome's was heckling the shit out of these guys.
Remember the man was saying was begging you to tell him to stop recording. I was like, hell no.
By the end of the interaction with the 4 security guards at Scotiabank Arena, the head one, he was begging me to have Rome stop recording him. And you know what I told the guy? I told him, just walk away, man. Just walk away. He's not going to record you anymore. Let us do our thing. And that was the end of it.
Yeah, you cannot be in my view of the video. If you don't want to be in the video, then just step to the side.
But can we just talk about for a second? So what happened was we bought tickets for the 300 levels, okay? And our tickets ended up, thankfully, we're upgraded to the 100 levels, center stage. So we had really
better seats.
We had really great seats, center stage. But you know what? We were at the top of the aisle, close to where you enter the arena. So the ushers are right there. So they see us, burning the midnight oil, and they think they have to assert their dominance over us, which was a fucking joke, because I was not leaving. They had to drag me out of there by my hands and feet if they didn't want me to be there anymore, because I'm gonna see fucking LL.
Well, there was no way they could have removed us, because them trying to remove us would cause way more problems than the problem that was actually arising.
Those guys would have got tossed down the fucking stairs. No joke.
You would have got thrown off the balcony.
I'm not even joking, and I'm not a violent person.
We hang him off the balcony like Suge Knight in Vanilla Ice.
Hey, my initial reaction is to reason with them, like, come on, man, or whatever. But when Buddy's like, you gotta leave, I just said no. And that just fucking.
We paid good money to be there, so we're gonna be there no matter what. So tell them fucking security guys to fuck you and suck my dick.
I don't remember telling them that part. I'm pretty sure. Just pretend like they're not there.
I was telling them that in my mind. I told them that. So, yeah.
That's cool. Thanks, Professor X.
I just said no
Charles
problem,
Xavier
but I just telepathically thought that.
Like, go fuck your mama. What happened to the beat, man? We ran out of beat.
Don't worry, man. The beat is still there. We can put the beat back in anytime we want. We can take it out. We can put it back in.
Right now, so that was the experience down in Scotiabank Arena. It was great. We actually got out and talked to the people after. Went out to one of the local establishments, had some drinks, talked to people about the hip hop culture. It was a great night out on the town. Looking forward to the next one. It's worth mentioning that there's a show coming up in October the 12th. And I've already purchased my ticket. Rome's, get your ticket. Styles P is coming to the Opera House. The Respect My Legacy tour, okay? And this is going to be his
The super gangster. I'm a super gangster.
An extraordinary gentleman and very clever businessman.
AKA super gangster.
Salute to Styles P.
Man.
One of my fucking favorites.
Styles P, that's dope, man.
Hands
super
down.
Gangster. That should be like, they should have a comic book, Super Gangster. Like,
well, let's see what he performs on October the 12th. But Rose, I had to mention, Respect My Legacy. Styles P is going to be performing his first solo show in Toronto. I know, it's 2023. His first show in Toronto.
Wait, it's his first solo show. Okay, because I know he's been there before, though. So, okay.
But not just that, Rome's. His last. First and last show.
Come on now.
Hey, he's
What?
retiring from his solo
Come
rock
on, Styles.
career.
Man,
the
you
end
know,
of the
you know, you way too young to be retiring right now, man. Come on.
You
now.
know what? He's
I
very
know this man has at
business-minded.
least like 4 or 5 albums in him, and he can like do it. You know what I mean? Like, man, the man is like eating good. He's healthy as hell. He got that juice bar. Like, so, yo, dude, that man can
Juices
be rapping.
for life.
Yo, he can
Pharmacy
be
for
rapping
life.
at 100, yo. Like, still at like that physical peak form. You know what I mean? Like, for real.
Well,
That's what
you
I'm
know
saying.
what? He said no more Romes. He said, I've had enough. He doesn't care what you think. He's done.
Ah, man. Well, hey, man, you
So,
know what?
October 12th, we're gonna
I ain't
be
got no
at
choice
that
but to
show.
respect that, yo, Styles. Yeah.
It's on a Thursday night. I don't care. I'm calling in sick on Friday. Pick up the paycheck on Monday. Whatever the case is, I will not miss Styles P.
Just tell your boss not to
Anything
listen to
else?
this podcast, then, you know, because
It's cool. He's a good guy. Shout out to Marcel. He's a good guy.
all right. Well, just as long as he knows that, hey, okay, this day he's calling in sick. Okay, well,
It's
you know
okay.
it.
So I guess, yeah, Rome's. We don't got a song of the week this week, guys. If you know any artists that, want to get their music out there, want an honest critique of the music that isn't afraid to hear what's really how people feel about their music, okay? Not just some yes man shit. Send us a message. Leave a
We're
comment.
gonna tell you
whatever the
exactly
case
how we
is.
feel about your music.
But there's more music to
Dope.
come.
It's dope.
I had an artist lined up. He flopped. It's okay. That's podcasting for you. So again, guys, August 23rd, 2023. Shit, I almost said 13. This is episode 2, guys. Impact, Rome's,